Everyone has a unique gift, and Mike, the creator of the 1NELife podcast, believes most people don't know how to use their gifts or what they are. Mike wants you to see things from a different perspective and be true to yourself. The 1NELife podcast unites the world through art, fashion, music, and film. It inspires, motivates, and creates positive energy, love, and compassion to all communities and creates an equal playing field for all. On the 1NELife podcast, they cover topics like building relationships, overcoming adversity, habits of healthy people, and much, much more. We only have one life to live. Be yourself and live your truth. Add the 1NELife podcast to your playlist. That's the number 1NELife. Available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and your favorite podcast platform.
Welcome to the 1NELife podcast. I am Mike MIC Reed, and as always, I got Diana doing it the Gotti way from the AV Wellbeing Coalition in the building.
Hey.
And today we got Brenda Hernandez from Pretty Little Poppy Marketplace in the building with us. How you doing today?
Hello. We are having a beautiful day.
Great. And I see you got guests with us.
I do.
Introduce your team.
So this is Heather Brias. She is secretary of the Carpenter's Daughter, which is a nonprofit that we house in Pretty Little Poppy. And then we have Nestor Hernandez, who's my husband, and he's also the vice president of the board of directors.
Great. Well, thank you guys for coming out. And we're doing something special today, and we're going to have your kids from the minor to majors program on with us.
Yes, I'm so excited for them. They're excited. They're out there waiting to.
I'm excited. So tell us about that program.
Okay, so the Carpenter's Daughter has multiple programs in there. One of the programs that is just absolutely near and dear to my heart is Minors to Majors, which it's youth entrepreneurs. It's children who want to pursue, whether it's a business in art or a business in creativity or whatever it is that they want. We just want to give them that platform. You're going to meet 7 amazing businesses today that are all owned and operated by minors.
And what's their age range?
So the youngest is 9. The oldest that we have in the program is currently 18, and they're in the process of kind of aging out. So they're learning about the whole Salars permit now, everything that's required for them and their business.
How exciting!
Nice.
Yeah, it's
this is
really
really
cool.
exciting.
So we have 12 businesses currently in there. A couple of them have like partners, and that's like really exciting. There's
Nice.
best friends. And
Right on time for Christmas as
I
well,
know,
guys.
I know, working on their wish list. That's the thing. So they volunteer at the store, and it allows for them to be able to build up hours. It helps them with their resumes. It helps them because we are 501c3. We can write letters of recommendation and things that they've done. Mm-hmm. So they do work. They do work at the store. They volunteer, and then they get hours off of that, which allows for them to participate in pop-ups and events, and they never pay a penny. And they actually make money.
Nice.
Yeah, so they do make their money.
And we are in the holidays. Can you tell us a little bit about that wish list that you mentioned?
Yes, so the wish list, they have, it's a small, medium, large wish list. One of them could be valued at under about $15 that they want, and then it kind of goes up from there, and then their larger one is about like $100 value. But it's anything from, mixing bowls for their businesses and food to storage bins.
So like supplies that they can use
mm-hmm.
to put back into their business.
Exactly.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Nice. So let's go down the line here. And Heather, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us why and how you got involved with Pretty Little Poppy.
Well, through Brenda, of course. Her and I used to work together, and then when she opened up her own business, I followed to help her out, and she just kind of filled me in on what her vision is, and it's an amazing vision.
It is. She's giving me insight of even what she's trying to do down the line. And I'm excited for it.
Yes, it's amazing, and she's an amazing person, and I'm learning a lot on the way. Like I'm a secretary of the board, which I'm like, I'm kind of learning as it goes.
Right.
But she teaches me a lot, and
She supports me a lot.
She supports you.
She supports
I
me.
try.
You can see the teamwork. You can feel it.
Oh, that's great.
And so she fills me in on the values that that she's going towards, and she has a big heart. I have a big heart. So hopefully together we can make this program grow and really thrive, and give these kids everything that they need.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Teamwork makes the dream work,
Hey,
right?
absolutely.
Yes.
And then we got Ness.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
And we're connected.
Yeah, we are.
Which is funny. You know a good friend of mine who I grew up with, and you've known him for 15 years?
15 plus, yeah.
Yeah, wow,
Dwayne.
that's crazy. It's crazy how we met, and you're the better half of Brenda.
Yeah.
I don't
Who's the
wanna
better
say
half?
like
Who's the
that.
better half?
I'll let her say she is.
No, he's an amazing partner.
So you have your own company as well.
That's
Retro
right.
Kings.
Yeah, Retro Kings.
Yeah, very very popular company. So tell us why you're involved in the minors and the majors.
For me, it was just support. You know, I know it's something that she's always wanted to do, and you know, the time was right for her to do it, and I had to be there to support her.
Right.
You know, and I feel like I can offer the kids, I can offer them knowledge. I've been in business over 15 years.
Right.
You know, whatever questions they have, I can answer.
So you're taking on kind of a mentorship role as well.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. Now, because I seen a video. I was watching a video earlier with you, and I forgot it. Was it Savannah?
She did one with Stella. So he
Oh, no, with
mentors
the-
Stella, and he mentors the brand Never Sleep.
Correct.
Right. But I saw a video earlier with you doing when you guys were trying to figure out the name, the
that's-
pronouncing of the name.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Chilito.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chilito,
Chilito,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's really where I come in. I help them out. I'm really good at branding. I'm really good at a lot of different things. So
Right.
I bring that to the forefront for them, and then let them decide. What they want to do with it.
He makes all
But-
their logos if they need logos.
Right.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, it's basically more of a mentorship, and also just the support. She's gonna need the support as a team, to be able to grow this program.
No, and I love it. I mean, you guys are husband and wife, and I see what you guys are doing, and your shop is right next to hers, and I mean, it's just a great family environment. Every time I walk in there, you can really feel the energy and the
Yeah.
love in the building. Like, it's incredible, and I love that support that you guys are working together.
My joke is always that the Lord knows He needed to separate us by a hallway because we've tried to work with each other. I think I fired myself from his company like 4 times.
No, that's crazy because a lot of couples can't work together, but I guess they need that hallway separation, and
Right.
it works.
It's so true.
It works.
It does. It
when I
works.
miss him, I go run and give him a hug and then go run
You go
back,
run back.
and call it a day.
But that's the beauty of that he really is just a runaway, and that's key. And I think that the kids also feel that, they feel that partnership, and not only that, but something to look forward to look up to. So I definitely love that about you guys as well.
Oh yeah, I see big things in the future.
Right.
I love it, and I love seeing the kids there. When we was just there on the Small Business Saturday. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Oh,
you
that
guys,
was-
that was a
that was amazing.
huge
That was huge.
success. I mean, I'm gonna say it on air, but your shop was even bigger than the Boulevard. Yeah, I gotta say that.
Right.
You guys, I mean, everybody was
Santa.
there.
We had Santa.
We had Santa.
Yeah, Santa was there. So
But see, that's part of the team, and I've always said it takes a village. It really does take a village to raise Pretty Little Poppy because it is not a one-man show. It never has been.
Right.
I was just the one that had the vision to bring it out to life, but we all come together, and she volunteers her hours. He comes, helps me. My daughter's there. It really is a family. It's
no,
my
and you
vendors
can
are my
feel that.
family.
Like I said, every time I walk into your shop, it doesn't feel like a store. It feels like home.
Yeah, it does.
Like it really has that home feeling, like a welcoming home too.
And that was her vision from the beginning.
It was my
When she
safe.
was putting, down her mood board for the store, that was her first thing. She wanted to make it feel homey.
Right.
Not just walk into a store. She wanted to really make it feel like you're home.
And she definitely accomplished that.
yeah.
She did. Thank you.
All your business are coming true.
It's all God's work.
All right, so you guys ready to bring the kids in?
We are.
I'm excited. 'Cause I'm excited to hear their stories.
And one thing that I do want to share, all of these kids, they all had their businesses before they met me.
Right.
And it was their work, their dedication, the courage that they had to come step into the store and say, hey, I heard you're doing this. How can I be a part of it? So for the Carpenter's Daughter, I strive to take absolutely nothing away from these kids. I just want to give them a platform and an audience for them to be able to be seen, to be heard, and for people to know that there's so much talent roaming in this Antelope Valley. They just need opportunity.
Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely. But
And
you're
Pretty
doing-
Little Poppy is that.
Yeah.
I hope it's
You're definitely doing something in creating a platform that a lot of us when we as kids didn't have.
Right.
So you're making a huge difference.
And I think that that's why we're so passionate, is because we want to give kids experiences that we wish we would have had support in when we were younger.
Well, mentorship, I think it's a big part of growth as well, because I still keep in contact with my mentor in high school. And I mean, I've been out of high school for about 20 plus years now. So when I tell you that it's key, so to give them that growth, that push, just that comfort, that guidance. Sometimes they might not have it other places, or they might have it at home, but having it from someone that's in the field, that's key.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and between myself, Heather, and Nestor, we're trying to give them our 20 plus years of experience that we've had, we've been blessed with, and between all three of us, we have a pretty good foundation. So
That's a lot of wisdom there.
No, it definitely is. Definitely is. All right, so I'm
let's
ready.
do this.
Do it.
All right. All right, we back. Welcome back to the One Life Podcast. I am Mike MIC Reed, and as always, I got next to me Diana doing it the Gotti way.
Hey.
And we got Fabian from Fabian Hustles with us today with Brenda from Pretty Little Poppy Shop. How you doing, Fabian?
I'm doing amazing right now with
All right.
Mike.
Man, thanks for your energy, man. You got great energy.
Thank you.
How was your Monday?
My Monday was amazing. I went to school like any regular kid.
Right.
I like Mondays because I get to go to PE and I like playing football and SPs.
Ooh.
So you like football?
Yeah.
Is that your sports?
No, my sport's soccer, but we don't allow soccer in my school for some reason.
okay.
I don't know.
You got a football team?
No, we go by brackets.
No, but professional. Do you have a
Oh,
professional?
no.
He's
only
just
watch
trying to
soccer.
lure you to the Cowboys, I think.
yeah.
No, don't.
We did a
No.
blowout
Dark side.
yesterday.
I'm a Raiders fan.
Oh, man. You want to start the interview off like that, Fabian?
He said, let it be known. That's right.
Wait, you guys, we got Fabian from Fabian Hustles in the building with us, and you are part of the minors to majors program over at Pretty Little Poppy, right?
Yes.
How are you liking it so far?
I love it. What Brenda's doing with these 12 kids is amazing. I really like it.
And how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
10.
How long have you had your business?
I started my Instagram page October 23rd, 2021.
Wow.
And I started last year. Yeah.
So how are you liking it so far?
I love it. I like making people happy and getting to know all these amazing people like you.
Oh man, see, this made my day, man. I appreciate that. So, but tell me, what got you started and want to be an entrepreneur? Well, what you call it, a kidpreneur?
Yeah, kidpreneur.
Yeah, I love that.
So, my mom had a small business.
Okay.
And I really liked what she was doing. So one day I asked her, can I have a business on my own? And she said yes. So we started looking on the internet, what can we do? We came up with yard sales, recycling, balloons, and dog sitting.
I
So
did
that was
see
the
that you do
beginning.
balloons, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do it every holiday when I can.
Oh, okay. And are you getting pretty busy for the Christmas holidays?
Yeah, to this holidays, I'm not going to do any balloon bouquets. Sadly.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
going to do crayons because I have a new product.
Oh, I know. And you mentioned the crayons. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Like how I make them?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I first get the crayons, peel off the paper, and then I break them in like small pieces so I can put them in silicone molds. Put them in the oven. It depends on the heat for the day, but usually 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we take it out. My mom has to take it out because she has big
A
hands.
little-
Yeah.
Safety
then-
first, right?
Safety first.
Safety
Yeah,
first.
safety first. And then we put it like out so he can dry. And then we have to take them out carefully. And that's how I make them.
So you make your business is custom made crayons,
Yes, that's
Right.
one of my incomes.
right? One of your incomes. Wow. So you have several incomes.
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
Well, yeah, because you do the recycling and the paper,
I do yard sales.
yard sales. Yeah. Okay. Wow. You really are a kidpreneur right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Right.
And you just expanded. You just expanded your business.
Yes, thanks to you.
What did you do?
Can you tell us about your new product that you mentioned?
Yes, so we have like a big coloring paper, 2.5 feet tall and 4.5 feet wide, I believe.
Wow.
And then and then I sell them for $8.
Okay. And you did pretty well at the Small Business Saturday.
Yes, I sold all 20.
Wow, congratulations on that. That's
you.
huge. That's 100% profit.
Yeah,
Wow. How do you feel about it?
I feel amazing. Yeah, it was a really good Saturday.
Yeah. And is there something that you're saving up for that you get from your income or from your sales?
Well, yes, I'm saving for my college education.
Okay.
And a house and a future car.
Oh, wow. And what is it that you would like to be when you grow up?
Oh, I would love to be a successful businessman and a lawyer.
Oh, my goodness.
Either or.
Oh, a lawyer.
Yes.
Really? Any particular type of law or
Yeah, I just want to be like a regular lawyer.
just want to be why a lawyer?
I don't know, because the way they speak up and like help others is, I think that's pretty cool to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
And I could see it. I can see you doing that. You
I
do
could
have
too.
a really good communication skill that I always admire that about you. I've been watching you for a little while and at your pop-ups, and I will say that I love how you carry yourself and your confidence. Confidence is key, and especially being 10 years old, I see a bright future for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And what college is it that you're interested in going?
I still haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm 10 years old.
Hey, you got time. You got
Yeah,
time.
I got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
So what? Tell me about minors to majors. So what is one of the things that you learned over there, and what do you truly like about it?
What I truly like about it is what Brenda's doing for the 12 kids to learn about the business, which I really appreciate, Brenda. And I really like it because Brenda's spirit makes us so happy. And she gets to help us as well at the same time, which is very good.
That's amazing, right?
Cry.
That's okay. Make her cry.
Thank you so much.
So what are the things that, like you said, that you learned over there?
Something I did learn, how to do a register.
Okay.
I never thought I'll ever do a register at 10 years old. I never thought. And thanks to Brenda, I have done a register. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you. You're a hard worker. You put in your hours.
Yeah.
So they kind of graduate within. So they'll start. We started tagging. What are we working on right now?
We're my
Remember?
inventory.
Good job.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're learning inventory, SKUs, product placement. We also do fun stuff like sweeping, all that. But they'll SKU up all the products. So there's items in the store that are specifically for the program. So they're responsible for taking care of those, putting their help in. And then as they grow, then now he's on register. So when he comes in, he can check people out. And I stand with there and I make sure. So we're learning about money and counting and change and all that. So
I was lucky enough for you to have you checked me out the last time we were there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He did great.
Yeah.
No one had to really tell him what to do. He knew exactly what to do, and he thanked us for being there. So it made me want to come back. And actually, I was really excited to know that I was going to get the chance to interview you.
Wow.
Did you read that, Brenda?
So, I mean, you obviously learning a lot over there. I mean, from what I'm just hearing right now. And have you thought about how you're going to use all the skills that you're learning into your business, how to incorporate it?
Well, yes, I always learn from my parents because they teach me how to manage my business, and they teach me about money as well, which I really appreciate. I just use those skills, like how to persuade them to buy my product, and I think that's a really good tactics that I use.
No, yeah, like I said, when I first met you over at the Small Business Saturday, I could tell you learned a lot from Pretty Little Poppy. 'Cause I seen the video of you working the register.
Yes. You mentioned that on Brenda's podcast,
Yes.
and I got so excited.
did you?
Yeah, I started quietly screaming because it was the middle of the night.
But no, I was very impressed that and even by meeting you Saturday and seeing it live in front of your own booth, I mean, it was really impressive.
Well, thank you.
So keep it up, man. Don't stop. What type of business you want to run besides being a lawyer? I know you said you want to be a successful businessman. Do you know what type of business you want to run?
When I'm older, I would like to change my products.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing merch, and we're also going to change my logo very soon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You don't like your logo?
I'm sorry?
You don't like your logo?
I like my logo. I just think it needs a new brand because I have a new hairstyle.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm looking at it now. So this was your old hairstyle?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cone.
And you've grown, like you've changed.
Yeah.
You're
So
evolving,
you're
right?
Evolving,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
People do rebranding all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's always okay.
You have anything in mind? Well, you don't have to say it right now because I don't want nobody to tell us stealing your idea. But do you have it in mind, like how you want it to look?
Yes, I actually do. I'm trying to draw it, and then I'm not the best drawer.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So I draw it, and then I send it to like the designer because my mom knows my mom's cousin is a designer,
Okay.
and that's how we do it. Like that's how what he does is incredible.
Right.
Yeah,
But so you have a hand in it, like so you putting your touch on it.
yeah, my little touch.
That's good.
Yeah. And the books and the rolls of paper that he sells, he designed them. So he did the whole layout, and then he sends his image, his drawing to the designer, and then the designer will recreate it for him.
Oh, nice.
Speaking of that, I want to thank Brenda for the idea. By the way, thank you so much for the idea.
You're
Really
a
appreciate
hustler.
it. Thank
You're
you.
a hard worker.
That's
Yes,
my name.
you are.
Yes.
So how did you come up with the name Fabian Hustles?
Well, I always saw my parent, like I mentioned earlier, I started because of my parents. I always saw my parents hustling. They had business and business and me. And then my other brother too. And then one day my mom told me, you're a hustler too. Like you do your homework, go to school. I'm like, I like that, hustles.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I started with Fabian and then hustles.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's amazing about these kids and that's why it's so hard to sometimes get them all together, but they all go to school. So number one thing is grades. We always talk about that.
Right.
They can't come if they have homework. I'm in full communication with all of the parents. Grades have to be good. They have to do all of their chores, practices, anything that's that. Work comes secondary. So, and they all know that. They're all very respectful anytime they come in. Same thing with customers. So I'm very proud to be in your presence.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, I'll say this much, especially if you're looking to go to a big, Ivy League school, this is going to look great on their resume, on your resume. So they're going to ask you about all of this. So I'll tell you this much, any school would kill to have you part of that and representing that. And I will throw that out, hopefully Yale Law School, because that's what I like.
Yeah, t-shirt on.
That's the school of my choice. I've always loved that.
went there?
It's no, I actually did it. My son, he wanted to go there, so we got the privilege of visiting there 3 years ago. So yeah, that's something that I like. And in psychology, they have some of the best professors there, so that's the reason why I do love Yale. So go Bulldogs.
So let me ask you this question: What is there anything that you see in your business of what you've been doing lately in your Fabian hustles that you can improve on?
I wouldn't say improve. I just I would say I tried hard to expose it more.
Okay.
So I tried to improve my coloring books and my big rolls of paper, but I always try my best to advertise my stuff so I can sell my product.
Okay. So marketing is
Marketing,
because in all aspects of our lives we always want to be better tomorrow than we was today, right?
Yes,
So
of course.
everything can always be improved. So especially in business, you always want to kind of reevaluate your business on a regular basis, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly. In business, we do it quarterly. And so you always want to look at your business to see what you're doing and see what you can improve on, because there's always going to be some aspect, whether it's marketing, sales, or anything, to where you can enhance it, because that's how you scale your business.
Yeah.
So when I asked you that question, that's what I meant by that.
Oh, okay.
So just keep that in mind, though. Always look at your business and look at your sales, look at your marketing, like how you just said,
Yeah.
and just always see where you can improve.
When I first started, my first pop-up, I would say I wouldn't do as good because it was my first pop-up. I was just sitting down and not talking to people. So my next pop-up, I realized that, and I got so much more sales.
Right. So you recognize that.
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
That is a great thing, and it's a huge step. I mean, the first step that was great is that you started a business.
Yes.
Because a lot of people just talk about it, and you actually put actionable steps behind it. Even if if you went to your pop up and you just sat there, you still won that day because you showed up, you did it.
Yes.
right? And then the next time you got more sales because you figured, okay, now I got to do another action, right? Another actionable steps. And that was to talk.
Yeah.
You did it.
I did it. Yeah. Thank you.
It's amazing.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing job.
Yeah, I've always been very impressed by that. Even when I met your mom, the thing that she always says is, I don't know where he gets it from because I'm very shy. So the fact that you're very confident, that's admirable.
Yeah.
From a parent's perspective, I don't see a lot of kids that confident,
Right.
Nowadays. And for you to start your business and promote yourself very well, and you're very well spoken, and how you're even able to put the names and advertise. And when you do put it out there, you make, how is it? I wouldn't say you persuade, but you know what the client wants and you know how to deliver. So that's key, especially in business, to be able to listen to your client before they even speak. So, and I see that in you, Fabian. So I can't wait to see where all of this was lead, because I know it's straight to the top.
Yeah, it's always good to speak up.
Absolutely.
When there's a problem or a solution, it's always good to speak up.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be working on our wish list for the next year. What are the wish lists that all the kids kind of got? What are some of the things that you have on your wish list?
Oh, I would say crayons, like Jumbo Packs crayons, of course, and silicone molds, and money to invest for my other products.
Okay.
Good goals.
And how can people help Brenda if they would like to support Fabian in his wish list?
So we are 501c3, so we have their own donation that goes towards them. There's a form that's at the store that you can find, because we do have multiple programs within there. You just mark exactly which one you want.
Okay.
And then that goes back to the kids. So we were able to get, what did we get? Like 500 crayons last time?
About 500 crayons, yeah.
crayons last time.
So they go through you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or if anybody just wants to reach out to them directly, I mean, they're their own business. But if they want tax write-off,
Tax
they're able
write-off,
to
they go
yeah.
through you. Okay.
If they want
Oh,
tax
perfect.
write-off, they go through it.
Okay, got you. Well, wow. Well, Fabian, man, thank you for
thank
coming
you.
today, sharing your story. How can people reach you?
They can reach me through Instagram or DM me. I always check my requests.
Okay. And what's your Instagram?
Fabian_hustles.
Okay. And your next pop-up is when?
My next pop-up is, I believe, Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday. So December 10th.
Yeah.
Okay, at Pretty Little Poppy?
No, it's Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
December
Sunday.
11th.
Yes.
Yeah,
11th.
it's
December
going to
11th.
be is it with Our Tribe Society or Drake?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Nice. Well, man, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the
inviting
kind
me.
words. You're amazing. Don't stop dreaming. Keep dreaming. Go after all your dreams, because look how far you've gotten so far.
Yeah. Sky's the limit, kid.
Yeah.
We're very proud of you.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to the 1NELife podcast. I am Mike MIC Reed, and as always, we have Diana doing it the Gotti way with us. And we have Stella from Chilito Loquito in the building with us. How you doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm doing okay now. We got everything working right now. So anyway, Stella, tell us about yourself. Tell us why and how you started your business.
Well, my name is Stella. I am 13 years old. I make chili-covered candies, and I got inspired to start my business from my older sister. She has her own business, and I looked up to her. She had a business, and it really inspired me to have a business. So I put the two things I love the most, which is chile and candy, put them together to make my business.
Oh, yeah.
And is this your sister right here?
Yes.
She's off camera right now, but she's in the building. What kind of business does she have?
She makes cosmetics, lip glosses, lipsticks, a variety of that
Her
stuff.
business is called
Her business is called Glossy K.
Glossy K. Yeah, you got to promote your sister.
Yeah.
Promote them too. It's a shameless plug, but we gonna plug it.
Right. At the pop-ups, I actually do notice that your sister is always with you. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. Mentors are key, especially for our youth.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that.
All right, is it just you two siblings?
Well, we have two other siblings, but
Okay.
yeah, just us here right now.
But you guys are close.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So
So tell us about the not chocolate. I wish it was chocolate. I love chocolate.
Loquito.
Tell us what do you put it on? Like how many different type of candies?
well, we have a variety of candies. We have like peach rings, gushers, just a lot of different types of candies. Yeah, and we have our homemade chamoy, our homemade chili powder. Yeah.
It's all from
I
scratch, huh?
know.
You do it all. It's all your secret. It's your secret.
The peach
Secret
rings
powder.
are our favorite, by the way.
The what?
The peach rings. Peach.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
I'm
we
sorry,
have to
I-
try them. See now.
Oh, never
Now
mind.
you that gives you a reason to come.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm bad at that.
They're addicting.
No, only sweets I like is chocolate. To be honest with you, I don't think I even had the chili and stuff.
Oh, you have to try
You
it.
have to try it.
Like my
Yeah.
daughter, she's a huge fan of it because it's spicy, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They're
see,
spicy.
and that's the thing. Like I don't really eat spicy stuff. That's probably why.
Sweet and spicy.
There you go.
It's a perfect combination.
Perfect combination. So, minors to majors.
Yeah.
How long you been with it?
A couple months now. I don't know when we started. But
I think you started in July.
July of this year? Yeah. But I am in the Minors to Majors program. It's a really helpful stepping stone for my business. It's helped me learn a lot. It's helped me grow, and it's really been helpful.
So, what are the things that you've learned from there?
I've learned I've learned time management. I've had like pop-ups. I've got experience from those, and it's really helped me grow.
Because you've had your business for a long time now.
Yeah,
We just
I-
celebrated your 2-year
2-year
anniversary.
anniversary.
2 years.
Yeah.
Wow, my goodness.
Congrats.
And how old are you again?
I am 13.
13 years old. So you started when you were 11? My
Yes.
goodness.
Wow, I mean, you have a lot of Instagram followers. I'm looking at your
Right.
page right now. So, congrats on that.
Thank you.
So, from this 2 years ago, from the first time you started to now, I mean, what's been the difference?
I've got like more followers, gain more followers, lots of more new customers, we have repeat customers. It's just it's just growing,
Did you start off with just one type of candy, or did you start off with multiples? Or?
We actually started off with like a variety of what we think people like, and they liked it. We just grew from there.
Have your products been stayed the same since then, or have you changed them out?
We've included like new types of candies. We try
Okay.
to like bring seasonal stuff too,
Oh, okay. So you do seasonal things
Yeah,
too?
and sometimes at pop-ups we have like exclusive candies that we only bring for those events.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
I love, okay. she knows how to have her clients.
Wow,
That
I
is
see
right.
that.
One big thing that my hope for her is for her to be able to get her cottage license.
Yeah.
That's
say cottage?
Yeah, because they
Cottage
have to
license.
have those licenses in order to sell into the stores.
Right.
So I feel like that's where, and it goes for a lot of people that have food, it can limit the business. So I feel once she has that under her belt, her business is just going to explode from there.
Yeah, and I could start selling at stores and
Oh,
anywhere
my
like
goodness.
that. Yeah.
So, what is your future goals? Like, how far are you going to take this? I'm not going to say willing to take it. I'm going to say going to take it because I know you're going to take it far.
I really don't know right now, but I know that I want to keep expanding and,
And that's
just
fair.
growing.
Hey, that's good. I mean, right now you're having fun, right?
It's fun.
You sell out almost every pop-up.
Every pop-up, because
Oh wow,
I'm telling you, they're
I
addicting.
know.
I believe it. I
My
know.
husband is a faithful customer.
Oh,
of
yeah.
hers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually brought you guys a sample of my
Oh my
candy.
God,
My
that's
sister
so
has them.
Oh
So
wow.
sweet of you. Aw.
So if you guys want to try them out.
Okay, yeah.
So now she's gonna have me making funny faces on camera.
Yeah.
Although I know I have tried them and I do love them as well. And like I shared,
Yeah.
the peach ones are our favorite. My husband, it's like that's his thing. So he does look out like, are they going to have them at the pop-up? So yeah, not only that, but thank you for putting, a lot of your effort and love, because love
Yeah.
is key to it. And you see it. And when you do come and you greet your customers, so it makes you want to come back. So that is also key to a successful business. So thank you for that.
So what I'm gonna ask you this question. Since you started, what like because whenever you have a business, like as an entrepreneur myself, like I always reevaluate my business, right? Because you want to scale it, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you see that you would like to scale in your business or improve on?
Can you repeat the question?
So like in business, you have marketing, you have sales, you have little things like that. What are the areas? Because in every area, you can improve on anything, right? Just like it's like the philosophy, like you want to be a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, right? So it's the same in business. So you always have to look at your business, and which I'm assuming you've already done. And that's why I'm asking you this question, because even starting 2 years ago, like you said, you started off with just a few candies, but then you expanded. You bring in like seasonal stuff now, right?
Yeah.
So are you constantly looking at your business and what you're doing and figuring out, okay, what can I do better next time?
Yeah, like experience is key. It helps
Right.
you grow and it helps you learn new things to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I look at it that way, like experience.
No,
is really,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. Great.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
like that.
Yeah.
So we've kind of been sharing like your wish list that you have. What are some of the things that you need to be able to expand your business a little bit more?
Something I think will expand my business is apparel, like when merch with my logo on it. So like I could wear it out and about, and it's like a walking billboard. It's like promoting your business.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, and like
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I always wear my hat.
I always wear my hat.
Yeah, and people look at it, and you could gain a customer, and it's just promoting your business that
Right.
way.
It's branding.
Smart.
Yeah,
So you definitely want to brand yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that's a goal.
Yes. So what are the things, do you know when you get older? Like what do you want to do when you get older?
I really want to get the cottage license when I'm older, so I could really start taking it a next step and start expanding more and more into stores and stuff like that.
So you definitely want to be an entrepreneur for the rest of your life.
That's a maybe. I still got college and school, so still young right now. Still kind of like in the middle of it.
Figuring.
But it's I really do like this, having a business, and it's really helped me a lot.
Okay.
I see that. And even when you do think of applying for colleges, this is key. This is good.
Yeah.
Because they're going to see that how you're able to do this on your own. And
Yeah.
you were only 11 years old when you started.
Right.
So that's admirable.
To start
Thank
in
you.
with this experience and having all that knowledge under your belt at such a young age, and to still have the drive and the dedication, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Great job.
So has she been through the whole program with you yet, or
So
she's still?
she's kind of a little bit more graduated because she's so established in her business. I think the ultimate goal for her is for us to be able to find the people that could come together to help her get her cottage, whether it goes through with her mom because she's so young. We don't want her to sit on that for so long.
Right.
But it's not easy to get your cottage. And it is doable, but the more knowledge that we can gain from other people to kind of help follow her in that field, I think that that's what we're hoping for her. She needs just that guidance in food.
Okay. Yeah, the food industry is just a tough business.
Yeah.
But as you can see, I mean, you've been doing a great job for the last 2 years.
Thank you.
You've seen other people succeed at it. So like Brenda just said, it is doable.
Yes, it is possible.
Everything is possible. There's nothing that's impossible.
Yep.
As long as you set your mind to it, you can do it.
And you have
That's
the
right.
dedication to do it.
And
then
you have the support,
the
right?
support
Yeah.
and the dedication.
And that's Crystal, she, I didn't say that right. No,
Carly.
sorry. Carly, she used to be a mentor at the store, and it's
Okay.
just when I would talk to her, so she has glossy K, so sorry, I had such a blank brain right now. But when she was in there with glossy K, I was so admired by her work for her sister and the dedication that she had in supporting her and mentoring her. And they're literally a dynamic duo. And it's like when you get that support, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's strangers, it just encourages them because you're not always going to have good days, And so when you can have that constant support, you see it, and you see how when she's either struggling, she can go to her sister and vice versa, So it's just, I was so amazed when I met these two. And they were early on when we first opened the store. Yeah. And there wasn't even, she knew more than I did. So I couldn't even help her out in a lot of areas. But as we would talk and we would see, we were like, okay, we need to get you that help because you're doing amazing things already at your age. So all you just need is that that little bit more information, I feel like she's going to do great things.
Yeah.
Well, she already is doing great things, but you know what I mean?
No,
even
absolutely.
better, even better. There you
Yeah.
go.
And one of the other keys is just having patience.
Yeah.
You know, like even Brenda was just mentioning, you know, sometimes it takes a while for things to happen, right?
Yeah, it takes time.
Everything happens when it's supposed to.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind.
Yes.
Like, and don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah. You
Because-
know, trial and error. You learn things when you like fail. You
I don't
learn
have
things.
to tell you none of this stuff. Like,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Well, I wouldn't say it's
No.
fail. You just found
Right.
other ways on not to do
It's
it.
a
right?
learning
Right.
experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the cool thing when we get all the kids together, they're at all different levels.
Right.
So she's able, so with like her and Fabian, they're a little bit more of like the mentors within the kids.
Right.
Because they get to talk about their 2 years of experience and they're sharing it with someone who's barely starting their business. So they're giving them guidance, their support. So it really does feed off of each other. So
No, that's great.
her and Fabian are probably the ones who know a little bit more, and then they're sharing that with the other kids too.
I see that.
Yeah.
so you're becoming a mentor at a young age. That's
go.
great.
Maybe.
No, that's great though. I mean, because peers helping peers is always
Yeah.
a great
Help
thing.
is always
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
It's always helpful.
Yeah,
I know.
and you're setting yourself up for a good college, you know. And if you do
Yeah.
want to pursue the entrepreneur or for business, you know, they're gonna look into all of that, and that to see at 11 years old, and you're already helping your peers and uplifting your community.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
But I was gonna say, I need to come up with a better word than failure. But I mean, that's just the phrase. Like, you know, we have to. You can't get to success without going through some type of failure, right?
I always call them hiccups.
You call them hiccups.
I call them hiccups, right?
Because it's not really a fail.
Or
Yeah.
lessons. Lessons.
Yeah, you have to go through all the lessons to get to success.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See, I
Great
just learned
job.
something from you.
See?
See,
There we
you're
go.
never too old to learn.
Right.
I always pray for that childlike heart because I see these kids and they're still dreamers.
Right.
And it's like that's what we need to get. Like I feel like life happens and sometimes you can lose your dreams and they're still dreaming and they're accomplishing their goals
Right.
and that's beautiful to me.
No, absolutely. Because us as adults, some of us adults, we do stop dreaming because life do get in the way, and we forget that, you know, we have to go through those lessons to get to success.
Yeah.
And we have to remember, like, you know, as a kid like your age, you know, we had these big dreams, and if you can dream it and visualize it, it can come true.
Yeah, it's always
100%.
possible.
That's 100%.
Yep.
Good
Wow,
job.
she's amazing.
Do you have any specials for Christmas since you're seasonal? Do you have anything that that
Not at
people
the
can-
moment, but we are looking forward to do some Christmas sales for the holidays because, you know, people might want to give gifts of
Oh, yeah.
candy.
Yeah.
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 So speaking of that, what I do want to see what you got us.
So I got you guys a sample.
Oh, wow. This is a lot of
It
candy.
is a business guide.
Oh, nice business cards. And look.
Yeah. I'm telling you, she's with it.
Wow.
Ooh,
Thank
see,
you
those
so
are my
much.
favorite, the
Which
peach
ones?
ones.
The peach ring.
So this is a variety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
a sample of like, I think everything.
Do you sell it like this?
I don't sell like variety pack like that, but I sell like individual candies, like peach rings by themselves. And
So I feel special right now.
Yeah. Ooh.
I got a limited edition.
There you go.
the limited edition pack.
One
But,
of one. For
thank
now.
you so much for coming by.
Yeah,
Where
thank you
can
guys.
what is your next thing? Like pop up or
Pop up.
where can they find you next?
Still in progress, but you guys could always like text me or DM me on Instagram. I take online orders. I have
Did
an
see
online
that.
website, which is like located in the link in my bio on Instagram.
What is your link?
goodness.
Your IG handle.
Huh?
What is your IG handle?
Your
The name
Instagram.
for your
Your name.
Instagram.
Instagram, it's Chilito Loquito.
But the listeners.
But it is Chilito Loquito. You guys can find me on Instagram, and I do have an online website that you guys can order off of as well.
Okay, and,
Yeah.
and that website link is in your bio.
Yes, it's in my Instagram bio,
Okay,
so you guys
perfect.
can check that out.
So what she does at the store is like orders that she gets, she can come and deliver them at the store and then get pickup from there.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So she'll take orders over
That's
there and then people
convenient.
can just come pick up from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's Chilito, Chilito, Loquito with the K, Lokito, and that's
little
chili
fun.
candy.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a fun name.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tongue twister for me, but I love that
Loquito.
name.
Thank
That's gonna be a great marketing. If you can find somebody that's really great in marketing and have fun with that name,
Yeah.
you're gonna be a winner.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're gonna be a winner regardless. But
Great job. Great
all
job.
right. Well, thank you so much for
thank
coming
you.
by.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
guys.
You have any questions for us?
No. Just thank you guys for having me here. You know, this is an experience that I could learn off of, you know, communicating with others. Everything is helpful.
And you did an amazing job today.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you for the gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we are out of here.
Although I might have to fight
Thank you,
Mike for some.
everybody.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to the One Life Podcast. I am Mike C. Reed, and as always, we have Diana from the AV Wellbeing Coalition with us. And today we have Lizzie in the building with us from LS Creations. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. How was your Monday?
It was good.
It's good. All right. So tell us about your business.
So I own a jewelry business called LS Creations. I do bracelets, necklaces, keychains, and earrings for that.
And you have some nice stuff. I'm looking at your IG page right now. You have really nice stuff here.
Yeah. Is that a bracelet that you made that you're wearing today?
No, I did not make this one.
But
So,
you
hey.
make a lot of them when you're like at the pop-up, huh? Like you'll piece them together and stuff because they all have different like accessories and pieces. And
Oh, so you do custom stuff
Yeah.
on the spot. Oh, nice.
so yeah, she'll do it on the spot, and you can kind of pick what you like. So she has some that she already makes, and then she can add some details to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how old are you, Lizzie?
I am 10 years old.
You're 10 years old. And how long have you had your business for?
I've had my business since June or July of this year.
Oh my God.
And so you're a part of the whole minors to majors
Yeah.
over with Brenda.
Yes.
And how are you liking it?
It's pretty good. I've made a couple of friends, and I'm selling a lot. And also, I help support other of the small businesses like mine.
Okay.
Aw.
Nice.
I am so proud of Lizzie. When I first met Lizzie, so we met in July, and she came into the store, and we started talking, and I asked her, I go, is there anything that you would want to do? And she said she wanted to make jewelry. So we kind of shared a little bit and told her what would be needed. So all the kids have to do a bio. They have to do their picture. They have to have an idea of their business. And she just went into it, and we did her logo for her and got her, her parents got her all the accessory displays. And when I first met Lizzie, and I always share this with her because I'm so proud of her, it was very hard for Lizzie to, she was very shy. And it was really hard for her to even just say hello to customers. And I would tell her, like, you know, we got to speak up a little bit, speak up. And that's what we've been working on with her. And as you guys can tell, she's on a podcast now sharing her story. So very proud of her.
That's definitely great, Lizzie. I mean, just like I was just telling the last guest, a lot of people have a lot of thoughts and, dreams in their heads. But the most important part is that you're doing it now.
How do you feel about like what you do? Like when you, for example, when you do a pair of earrings, how do you feel about that?
It makes me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to doing it a lot.
Yeah. And what's your favorite thing to do?
Like for my business.
Yeah.
My favorite part of it is like just making the jewelry, because like that's what I'm used to doing, and I always do it.
Yeah.
You do it amazing.
You do an amazing job. It's like a little joy, huh? Especially like if you might have had like a not so fun day at school, at least you have your jewelry to look forward to, right?
Yeah.
So we can count on a lot of love and effort into the jewelry, because I know the holidays are around the corner, and I definitely would want to get some stuff for my friends.
Yeah.
So
we have some sales going on, don't we, right
ooh,
now?
can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So for the sales,
Uh-huh.
so I do like customs, and then I'm starting to do a buy 3, get 3 sale.
Oh, okay.
That's a good sale.
I know.
Because for the holidays, a lot of people go shopping a lot to get stuff for others.
Yeah.
Perfect stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a favorite jewelry that you like making, like a bracelets or necklaces?
My favorites to make would probably be the keychains.
Oh, keychain. Oh, you do keychains. Nice.
And why is that your favorite?
Because I've actually been making keychains for a while. Like when I was little, I used to make keychains a lot as well. So like it's been my favorite for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I have a lot of the keychains I've made like on my stuff, like my backpack.
Oh, yeah. And you get to see them a lot more, right?
Yeah.
When you travel or even in sports bag or just in your keys in general, right? When your parents are going to and from, I'm sure they have your keychains on there, right?
I haven't made like any for family. I've made a couple for myself.
Yeah.
But I have sold some to family members like my sister and my grandma.
Yeah.
So you actually expanded your business because originally when you started, you were doing the rubber band bracelets, remember?
Yeah, I was first doing the rubber band bracelets, then because like they would break a lot because they'd like dissolve. I decided that I wanted to go like metal, and so then I started doing like metal bracelets, and then now I'm doing like necklaces, and then I started doing earrings, and then for my business I started doing keychains because I've known how to make keychains for a while.
That's you know what, Lizzie, that's really great to hear you say that because you had a product that really didn't work, and opposed to giving up, you figured out another way to make it better, and you did.
Right.
That's a great business mind.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, great job with that.
So do you have any I think I already asked you about the Christmas sales, right? I'm just so excited to get my hands on one of those keychains.
Yes, she wants one.
Yeah.
So we like to share about goals that you have in the store. What are some of the goals that you're working towards for your wish list?
So I'm trying to figure out more things I could sell. Like I'm starting to make like stickers and stuff.
Ooh.
And I'm trying to get like more business cards now because I don't have a lot at home, and there's a couple more in the store.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice. So what's coming up? What's coming up next for you? You have a pop-up coming up soon?
Yeah, I have a pop-up next week, I think it is.
Is it the one at the store?
Yeah,
It's this Saturday.
this Saturday.
Okay, so December 10th.
December 10th, we're going to be there. We always try to have about 4 miners there to be able to sell their stuff. And so we're going to have it. It's going to be on the boulevard. It's a magical night. And then we're going to be at the store from 2 to 6 o'clock. And they're going to be there selling their stuff.
Oh, how exciting.
Nice.
Come join us.
Yeah, I
Go
could
buy
finally
some
get my
Lizzie.
keychain, right?
So Diana's going to have a custom-made keychain.
Yeah.
So be ready for that.
And also, I'm starting to do like more charms. I got more charms,
Okay.
like Christmas charms and stuff.
Oh,
Okay, so you got holiday stuff for
Yeah.
people. Okay,
okay.
nice.
Those are good ideas, y'all.
Yes, it's a great idea. Well, Lizzie, how can people find you besides coming out to the Pretty Little Poppy on December 10th and on the you call it Magical Nights
It's the magical night on the
on the Boulevard?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
yeah. And then your IG. What is your IG handle?
Like, what does it have on it?
No,
The name.
the name of it. So the listeners can know where to go follow you.
So LS Vegan Creations.
All right, LS Vegan Creations, you guys at IG.
Hey.
Well, Lizzie, thank you so much for coming by and talking to us and telling us your story. Did an amazing job.
We appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Great job.
All right. All right, we back. Welcome back to the One Life Podcast. I am Mike MIC Reed, and as always, we got Diana doing it the Gotti way.
Hey.
And we got Savannah from Sweets and Savories in the building with us. How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Oh, good. I love the energy. So tell us about your business.
Well, my business is for dietary, so people who are like gluten-free, dairy-free, or have like sugar levels that they have to watch. I do my best to find recipes to alter them so that they can actually enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Wow. So, wait, how old are you?
I am 17.
Okay. How'd you get into that?
Since I was like 5, we've been gluten-free.
5? Yeah. Wow. Oh, so the whole family?
Yes.
Okay.
My whole family is gluten-free.
Okay. So what made you want to open up a business?
From a young age, I was always like in the kitchen with my mom. So she always jokes like, since I could hold a wooden spoon, I was in there with her. And I was like always trying to find little treats that I could actually eat growing up. And whenever we did find something, it was either way too expensive to even afford. So like
Right.
$20 for like a small packet of cookies, or it did not taste good whatsoever.
Right.
So I wanted to be able to give back to people and be able to let them have treats that were actually affordable and tasted like the real thing.
That's
So how long you been doing this?
Since I was like 8. I
8.
started my business about 2 years ago.
Okay, so wow, 2 years. Wow. And you've been with Brenda how long?
Maybe like about August.
Yeah.
About August?
August.
Like August.
Okay. Wow.
that's amazing.
That's
Actually-
amazing. I'm actually
No,
blown
she
away right
brought
now.
She brought me a sample, and I was blown away that it was. I was like, "This is healthy."
It tastes good?
You know, it tastes
I'm
delicious.
assuming, yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
It literally melted in my mouth. Those, what were they? My favorite.
They were the
cinnamon-
brown butter, cinnamon sugar breakfast puffs.
Yes. So it's like this big, and I threw it in my mouth, and it just like melted in my mouth, and I was like, "Oh, girl, we got to get you in some pop-ups." And
Oh my God. And actually that I love that because my nephew, he is allergic to nuts, to dairies, to eggs. So for birthday parties, I do feel bad sometimes when we don't have pastries or, you know, anything available for him. And the times that we would get it, I totally get what you're saying. I would even try
Cardboard?
it. Right. If that's the best way to describe it. And by Brenda saying how it tasted so sweet and so, you know, like, oh, I'm so excited for him, and not only him, but there's so many kids that sometimes miss out on desserts, and those are jolts of joy. You know, even when we're having bad days, what do we go to? Candy, chocolate. So to know that we have this here in our community, and not only that, but you're 17 years old and you're already thinking outside the box, you know, and thinking for others that you know, might have experienced certain things that you did. So now you're able to be empathetic to that. So I love it. Thank you for that.
I mean, not only has she been in business 2 years, I mean, this has been something that's been in you since you was, like you said, 5. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, that's incredible. That's amazing. And you going after your dreams. I mean, what are your dreams? Like, how far are you taking this? Like, where do you see yourself, like, in, and I'm gonna ask you these big questions because I can tell you can answer these questions. Like, where do you see yourself 10, 20 years from now?
I hope to have my own bakery opened up.
Okay.
And maybe, like, I love cooking as well. So, like, if I could have bakery / cook restaurant mix, I would love to be able to have that.
Wow. But you will, though. You know that, right?
Right.
I mean, think about it. If you've already been doing this since you was 5, and like you have your own business now, like you are gonna have it.
Yeah, and I already have quite a few people who are supporting me. I recently did an order for someone for Thanksgiving, and she's like, we have a friend of ours who's coming, and their son, he can't eat any of the desserts that are being brought. Do you have anything? And, like, she told me later after he had eaten it, he had, like, the biggest smile on his face
Wow.
because he got told he could eat the dessert.
Right.
So it made
right.
me feel so good because I was
That's
like,
amazing.
I'm so glad I'm able to finally give back to somebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
And see, you know why? This is why. I mean, you're 17, and this is great that, like, I'm witnessing, right? Because it's not about the money to you; it's about to give back.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, when you chase your passion, what you're doing, the money is always going to present itself. But you're chasing your passion, and that's incredible.
Yeah, Yeah.
To even hear you to even say that is like giving me goosebumps.
No,
Because a lot of adults don't get that.
Yeah, no.
They chase money. They don't chase their passion. And you're chasing your passion just from you telling that one little story right there.
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
Savannah, she's always been, her heart is just so big. And even, she'll send me texts of words of encouragement, for me to keep going and for me to, so the love that she gives, she's not only giving love out to people, but she puts love into her food. And I noticed that right when I met her. And so like with the older kids that are in the program, our goal for them is they need to get their licenses. They need to get their permits. She has 1 more year, and this is what we're trying to help build that for her to be able to do that when she's 18 years old. So with her, it's a little different when she comes in. She does a little bit more of the behind the scenes if I need help, with any type of paper or anything like that, or we'll just sit there and we'll talk and we'll brainstorm. And so eventually she will graduate from the program. And my hope is if I can, bless her with the money to be able to get her license, that's what we're hoping for, and give her the restaurant experience,
Now, as far as the program, the minors to majors, do you like helping the other kids that's involved in the program?
I'm doing my best. If a kid wants to reach out to me and has questions on anything about the program, I'm willing to help them out, yes.
That's great.
Can you give us a little bit of samples of things that you do bake?
I want some real samples.
I
though.
know.
I mean, I'm hearing how good they are.
Well, maybe I'll bring some by. I've made macaroons, cupcakes, brownies, blondies.
But what's your favorite to make?
Yeah.
I think the breakfast puffs are one of my favorites, and macaroons.
What are
Macaron
breakfast
says.
puffs? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
They're kind of like donut holes.
Ooh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
those
Do
are
they
the
have-
ones that literally melt in your mouth.
Oh,
Do they
wow.
have fillings in them?
No, these ones don't.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did see your strawberry cupcakes. Those are my favorite.
Yeah,
So
those were one of the big hits that
Yeah,
I had. With
that
a lot
caught
of
my
people.
Wow. So I'm assuming you do incredibly well during your pop-ups.
Yes, from what I have, yes.
Okay, wow. So you've been doing this for 2 years. Have you always had the same products, or are you expanding now? Or
If I have someone who specifically has a specific recipe they've been wanting to have for like the longest time, like I had a friend who she's like egg intolerant and like can't have chocolate and that sort of thing. I found a brownie recipe for her and made that, and she was able to finally enjoy brownies again.
oh my god.
so you when you're making your stuff, like you go through a lot of different trials and errors, right?
Yes.
To make it like presentable, I guess you can say, or tasteful.
Edible.
Edible, yeah. No, because I have a friend who's gluten free, and she said it like how you were saying earlier, it's very hard to find something that tastes good and that's affordable. Like those two things, like it's hard to find.
Yeah, like for my pricing, I've cut back significantly on how much I charge because one, I'm starting off, so I don't want to charge a ton for just starting off. And then secondly, like before I get my name out there, I want to start small so people know that I'm here and I'm affordable, and then I can raise my prices up to something that gives me a little more profit, but
Right.
I'm still able to help someone out without charging too much for that.
You have a great business sense. Like,
Yeah.
where are you learning all this stuff?
My
Because that's called scaling, and you're right on point with everything.
My mom is like huge into finance. My dad
Okay.
actually did a podcast with a friend of his on finances. So
Oh.
both my parents are huge into
No,
it.
we
There you
literally
have
we
it.
did an Excel class, and that's other things that we go for them is all about money and how to price your product properly. So we did a whole breakdown from eggs to everything that she needs to buy on what she needs to mark it up in order for her to still make a profit. So then we're able to do things like give her the packaging and stuff like that. So that way it offsets the price that she's able to sell it for.
Oh, wow, nice. Wow.
That's I know exactly. I feel like I need to hook up with you and you can help me out with finances.
So in business, we all have, we go through our businesses, right? And we all look at what the areas that we have to improve. Over the last 2 years since you've been in business, what are some of the areas that you feel like, you're going to improve in?
Well, one of the main ones is me just trying to stay productive and not procrastinate. I did that once, and I was up till like 12 trying to finish an order that was due the next day. So one thing I'm severely having to work on is just sticking to my orders and making sure I'm not procrastinating till the last minute to get things done.
So time management.
Time management.
Definitely.
So you need to work on time management.
Yes.
That's not a bad thing, because as you grow, you're going to find out every aspect in your business at some point you're going to enhance, right? You're going to evolve because you're going to get to a point where you have to evolve to scale better. So it's great that you recognize that.
And she's a great student. She does work. She works really, really, really hard in school. She makes time for all of that, and she runs her business beautifully.
So I wouldn't be surprised that your character strength would probably be self-regulation, because that's where I struggle. I procrastinate and I hear the time management and I'm like, oh my God. So your character strength has to definitely be self-regulation, and that's great because not a lot of people have that structure. And at 17 years old, that's definitely admirable. Thank you for that.
So what's your next big thing?
I'm hoping once I graduate to be able to expand more into maybe catering for parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you started planning that out, or?
I've worked a little bit on it, talking to some people who would be interested, but I haven't gone too in depth.
Yeah. Do you do cakes as well?
I haven't worked hard into that yet, but I do plan on working more towards that this coming summer.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Nice. Wow, Savannah, you're amazing. I mean, your knowledge and your mindset is right on point.
Yeah.
I love my
And how can people place orders with you?
Well, my social media, I both have Facebook and Instagram, and a lot of the people who reach out to me are from my church.
Okay.
So a lot of people come up to me personally and talk to me at church, or they'll reach out to my mom or me.
Okay. So the best way would be for Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is that?
What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram handle is Sweets and Savories.
So it's sweets_and savories.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Well, thank you, Savannah, for coming by. Wow, I'm actually speechless right now because
You speechless?
I know, it's amazing. But no, I'm very impressed with you. Seriously, your mindset. I mean, obviously, your parents are a big influence,
Yes.
and big ups to them because
Right.
a lot of parents, they. I'm not gonna talk bad about nobody's parents, but
No.
it's great that they're helping you and they're very supportive. So big up to your parents.
Yes, her mom's always there, always present, asking how she can be more supportive, and they're just it like I say, it's a family. She comes, we give hugs, we talk, we grow together, so it's exciting.
No, that's just great because a lot of parents they when our kids want to do something, they don't really support it because kids, we dream, right? But we supposed to, as kids, you're supposed to dream. You're supposed to go after your dreams, and since 5 years old, you've been doing that, and it's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations on everything, and keep pushing, keep dreaming, go after what you want.
And I'll definitely be reaching out for my nephew because I know he kind of it feels bad when he's missing out on the pastries, and I always say those are a jolt of joy.
Definitely.
So thank you.
You have any pop-ups coming up soon?
I have one from a local church family that's doing one at her house.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
nice. You want to tell the people where they can find you at?
Is that the Christmas pop-up?
Is that the Christmas one on December 17th?
No, I'm not there at that one.
Okay.
I had plans that day.
It's okay.
Okay, it's okay. I'm just looking at your IG right now.
Yeah.
It's December 17th at 2716 La Mesa.
Oh, La Mesa Court.
La Mesa
Okay.
Court.
La Mesa Court. And we a lot of times she'll post it and then we'll share it on.
Okay, yeah.
It's
So
posted
yeah,
on my social media right now. So.
yeah, definitely just follow her on IG or follow her on Pretty Little Poppy, and you can find her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you
Thank you
again.
for that.
Thank
Truly
you.
appreciate you coming by.
I appreciate being here.
All righty.
All right.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to the 1NELife podcast. I am Mike MIC Reed, and as always, doing it the Gotti way with Diana.
Hey.
All right, and we got the Boss Beauty Lifts in the building with us.
Okay, boss ladies.
How you doing, ladies?
Good, how are you?
So let's go down the line and introduce yourselves.
I'm Presley.
Hey, Presley.
I'm Olivia.
Olivia?
Yes.
Olivia?
I'm Hayden.
Hayden, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, how's your ladies Mondays?
Good.
You good? Good.
Pretty good.
All right, so let's talk about your business. Tell us about it.
We're a lip gloss business. We started in April of 2020. No,
2022.
2022.
Yeah, this
okay.
year,
So
yeah.
we're still kind of like getting started and like coming up with like new stuff.
Like figuring out stuff still.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lip gloss, and okay, so mind me, I'm a guy, so I don't know much about lip gloss. So explain to me what is lip gloss?
So it's pretty much like, it's hard to explain, but it's like makeup for your lips, and it makes your lips like glossy and pretty. But like a lot of lip glosses are like sticky.
Yeah.
And like weird feeling. So we wanted to make lip glosses that weren't.
Okay.
And that felt like good on your lips and hydrated your lips.
So do you guys actually make the product?
Yes.
Okay, and so what's the difference between yours? I know you just kind of explained it, like some of them are sticky, and I don't wear lip gloss, so I don't know. So, like, what's the difference between yours?
We price ours better. It's more affordable.
We kind of like explain what's in it and like how it's like made, I guess.
Okay.
And like that's
And it's vegan and cruelty free, right?
yes.
So that's important as well.
We just kind of fix things that we didn't like in other lip glosses and try to fix that in ours.
So is it flavorable?
Yeah. So that each gloss is like a different flavor.
Okay, so
Ooh, I like that.
so I guess in theory you are, because you're licking your lips, so you kind of are tasting it, so it has to be vegan.
Well, not only that, but I guess I can chime in on that since
Yes,
I do wear
please
lip
do.
glosses. And yeah, I do feel you on that. When
Yeah.
you're talking, even like, for example, me, that I'm constantly moving my lips, and then if they're too like thick, or even your hair, we have long hair, and it's windy in the AV, right?
Yes.
So that's also important. Not only that, but you girls are athletes, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of motivated you as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like we've all really been into like makeup and stuff, but like kind of like Press said, like some of it could be like really expensive, and you could be paying for something that's not even like good quality.
Right.
But like ours are like, they're each $5, and like they're non-sticky.
And I know, I saw that. And lip glosses are expensive. So you girls are not only, you make it yourself, it's vegan, it's affordable, and you're keeping your customers in mind. That's girls about your age, because that's usually when I started wearing the lip gloss. My mom wouldn't allow me to do the lipstick, so the lip gloss is the next best thing, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So how long you guys ladies known each other?
Or like our whole lives.
Yeah.
So you guys ladies grew up together?
Me and Hayden are sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just a friend.
Yeah,
Okay.
me and
like
Olivia became
Yeah.
best friends in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So I mean, so what brought on the whole business aspect?
Well, we were actually packaging Girl Scout cookies one day, and
It just kind of was like fun, and
Really?
we just got into it at that point.
Yeah, we really like packaging stuff and like,
Getting together and doing stuff.
yeah.
So when you were doing these Girl Scout cookies, I mean, how did lip gloss come about? Like, did you guys really have this conversation about it?
Yeah, that's kind of just like when we realized we wanted to make a business, and then we started like researching like
We just
what
got
we liked and stuff like
Okay.
that.
what we thought would be like our best option because we didn't really know. We were just packaging Girl Scout cookies, and then we thought that would be a good idea.
Oh, great. So what? So you part of the minors to majors. What do you guys have learned there?
we've gained a lot with learning.
Like advertisement.
Yeah, about advertisement. We've got new packaging from the minors to major program, and we've learned just business skills through it.
Okay.
Like pop-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any advice that you would give to young entrepreneurs at your age that might be considering doing something like that, like lip glosses?
Honestly, advertisement's the best thing because if like you don't show it or you don't like advertise it, like nobody will know what it is. Or,
Right.
like,
Marketing is marketing.
Yeah. And I think also like it's kind of hard because like after a while it gets like stressful, or you might not be like getting enough sales, or like with us with sports, like life gets really busy, but like you kind of just got to keep it up, like don't give up on it, like
Absolutely.
like just keep going on with it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you
I'm-
guys ever give lip glosses to the team you guys just beat? Hey, it's an idea, right?
Hey, that's
Take the L. Here's a lip gloss.
That's a great marketing strategy.
Right.
Like, sorry for your loss. It's some lip gloss.
Right.
So what? I mean, how far are you ladies going to take this business?
As far as it goes, I guess, because like I would like to go far with it, but like even school now is stressful with it, and like sports, and honestly, kind of finding time with it's hard. But like it's so much fun and it's so much worth it. Like it's so worth it once we get it.
So okay. So pause on that question though. But what do you ladies want to do when you grow up? Is it you guys have a career you want to be in, or what?
I want
to be an anesthesiologist.
Ooh,
I wasn't expecting you to say that, but okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I think I want to be something in the medical field. I was thinking about an optometrist for a while.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know like exactly what I want to do, but I want to do something that has to do with like marketing.
okay.
Okay.
So you're right in the business where you need to be.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I do everything like on the Instagram and stuff like that.
okay, yeah. So
We're not allowed to have Instagram.
you're not.
No.
Okay. So you run the Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They all have like their own roles in the business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the roles?
Well, me and Olivia make glosses. All of us make the glosses.
We mostly come up with like the formulas or like the scents and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do a lot of shopping for the business.
How long? Just out of curiosity, how long does it take to make the gloss?
Like hours.
Like if we're making like enough for a pop-up shop, like it does take like a good amount of time and like
Because you got to make it and then to package it or like put it in the tubes,
Mm-hmm.
it takes a long time because like we just have like syringes and we'll just
Right.
like fill each individual gloss like one at a time. And like we have to get different syringes and clean off these things because we're making different colors, different scents, just different glosses.
So you're learning patience.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
In the beginning,
They
it was
have grown a lot in their business
Yeah.
as far as expanding. I don't know if you can hear me, but as far as expanding their businesses from where they started.
You can move the mic, Brenda.
yes.
Remember your guys' like packaging from like when you guys started?
Yes.
So when they started, it was a squeezable one with like a sticker,
That was
and then
always peeling.
it was peeling. So then we kind of sat and said like, how can we make it a little bit better? We ended up going to tubing, and then we did the decal labeling. So if you were to see what they started with and where they're at now, it's amazing.
I think there's
I'm
like
so proud of them.
Also, like, I was just thinking, like, when we first started, we were like, we really didn't know much about it. Like, we were still kind of trying to figure it out. So we would like fill our lip gloss tubes, like, we'd like get a spoon and we try to like pour it in.
Yeah.
But
That's
it didn't work
hilarious.
'cause it was
We'd have to wait like 2 days for it to like sit through. That was just like in the like whole like testing process. But once we found like different methods and like talked to different people, it became a lot easier.
we were also afraid of spending money on things. We
Ooh,
were
that's-
very, like, trying to save on as much as we could.
Right.
So we learned that it's okay to spend money on things that are very
help us.
important, like our
Yeah.
It's gonna make your life
syringes.
easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some things in business you can't be cheap on.
Yeah.
You can't.
Right.
Even just like our base, it's like $80 for one thing, and it's hard because we tried to get like $20 ones, and then we just have to keep getting, and so we just had to like see what would work out, and it was hard because like we weren't spending the money either. It was like our parents that were helping
Right.
us out, so we were just trying to like see what would work best and like.
But the good thing is that you're being mindful of your parents, like money as well. So it's not just that they're giving it to you. They were just allowing you to grow and make your own money to where you are today, where you can say, well, I have enough to buy it now. So it's giving you that financial freedom, right? And not having to depend on them. And in the real world, sometimes you do need investors, right?
Yes.
But the great thing is that you guys are entrepreneurs where you're making your own money, and then you're able to create what you want, not what your investors want. And that's also a big part. I mean, you would know, right? You're in the industry.
And as an investor, because I invest in a few things, and but as an investor, like that's one of the things that I would love to hear from a client is that you're being mindful of my money. You know what I mean? Like you're not just wasting my money. So that's a great trait to have.
Right.
And then as far as like, how you spoke on earlier, life gets in the way, right? But you guys are having fun, and you figured out ways to keep going, right? Like what we were talking about earlier, you go through lessons and not failures, but you go through lessons, but you have to go through the lessons to get to success, right? And that's just another great thing. What you guys, ladies, are experiencing right now is extremely great because that is real life.
Right.
Like even as an entrepreneur, I still go through a lot of things. I'm still learning. I'm still scaling all my businesses that I have, right? But it's just a process of it. It's to what life is, and you ladies are doing great at it.
When they told me when they first came in and we would talk, was that with your mom? Your mom came in, and we were talking about their story and their friendship and how supportive they've been with each other and how far they've came just in that. This relationship is amazing, and they had me in tears one day, but you know, it's just it's fun to see friends become family and supporting each other, and it never in business, it's hard to have partners. It's hard for that, and they seem to be working really well with that. And I remember when I first met them, I would talk about partnership and how you guys have to set your guys' rules so that they never get crossed, and you guys are aware, and you guys share, and you guys, you know all that. So seeing it and experiencing it with them, it's a very beautiful relationship to watch.
That's great.
Well, and since you guys are interested in the medical field, you guys should consider cosmetic dermatology, because you know it comes with the beauty part of dermatology, and you're already being mindful of the vegan and hypoallergenic, and so maybe kind of throw it out there. And you know what, my best friend's a cosmetic dermatologist, and we actually met through soccer too, kind of like you guys. So that's what, you know, came to mind. So hey, you know, something to think about as well. Yeah.
No, absolutely. So what do you ladies have coming up big next?
We have a pop-up this weekend.
I think we're going to be in the pop-up shop at Pretty Little Poppy.
Okay.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, for stocking stuffer, guys. Lip gloss for
We're gonna have our Winter Wonderland lip gloss. It's our clear lip gloss. It has like pink and blue snowflakes, and it's peppermint flavored.
Oh my god!
It's on
I
our
really
Instagram.
like it.
Oh, Mike, you have to get some.
You know what? I was just thinking to myself, like, I wish I can get excited right now because it sounds amazing. But wait, but let me ask you this. I guess this is a fair question. Is your lip gloss for men and women?
It could be for whoever.
For anybody,
really.
right?
Like,
Whoever wants to buy it.
Yeah, why not?
yeah.
I love it how you say whoever wants to buy it and not whoever wants to wear it.
Yeah, whoever wants to buy it.
Whoever wants to buy it.
Well, I mean,
That's
there's
true.
girlfriends, there's sisters, mom. You know, there's people to be mindful for, right? But who doesn't like peppermint on their lips?
Yeah. And like they make, and like you said, stocking stuffers. Like they make really
stocking
good gifts,
stuffer.
and they're affordable too. And like I know for guys, like could be hard to like know what to get like your girlfriend or your wife or something.
Right.
But like they're good. And,
Yeah, cause
we've heard a lot of people love them.
let's be for real. And I know I'm in a room full of women right now, but women are picky. I got a daughter.
Yeah.
I got a daughter and a wife, so I know they're picky.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My daughter is 20 years old. She's very picky.
But see,
Right.
that's why they work so well, because they're picky about their product that
that's great.
they put out there.
Yeah.
And you can tell the love and passion that they put into their work.
Right. Right.
I can tell. I mean, just by the story she was just telling about the spoon and trying to put it in. I mean, that's determination. And you figured out a way. I mean, that's amazing.
And you're already using syringes.
Yeah. So that's great. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for coming by. Where can they find you on social media?
We are the Boss Beauty Lips on Instagram.
Okay. You just have IG or you on Facebook?
And we have a TikTok account.
Okay.
We were kind of talking about a YouTube too.
Oh,
if you guys would
yeah.
be interested in watching that.
We were trying to try to start that, but we didn't know. It was just an idea.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you some advice. I typically don't give advice, but I'm gonna give you some advice.
Thank you.
Definitely do a YouTube, because that's a huge business. One, YouTube is a huge business. What you're doing, your product is a huge business, because other ladies like young ladies like yourself want to know more about it. Even like the process that y'all doing, they want to know that, to be honest with you. They want to know it. So even if you do your videos now and a year from now, 2 years, 3 years from now, you get all these views on it, you can monetize them and that's just another stream of income.
Yeah. So. And that was another thing with Carlisa, who was in here, who mentors her sister. She does Glossy K lip gloss. So when they first came in, that's how you guys found out about the syringes. Okay. So she gave them advice on their business, and that's what it's about. So it is about community and coming together versus competition, because she was literally giving them ideas that would help them, that helped her out at one point. Right. So that's part of the mentorship program.
I love that. Community over competition. Ladies, when I tell you that is very important. Community over competition, because it's enough for everybody.
That's right.
Always help each other and always be willing to mentor and help other people.
And it's really cool because like we've actually like met so many people from Pretty Little Poppy, like even just people we followed on Instagram, and like we've gone to pop-ups because we knew people, and it's like really helpful, and like we're really thankful for that.
Right.
It's nice to see like that other kids that are like us have like some of like we have to figure out what's wrong and what's right and everything. Like it's good to know that we're not just the only ones who have to experiment with it all.
Right. No, hey, we all did. I mean, all our businesses, like we had to experience. You know how many times I failed? It is failing. I failed so much.
You had hiccups.
I had hiccups. I had a bunch of lessons I had to learn. But I mean, that's part of it. Trust me. And even at old age that I am now, I still go through it. Like you never get to a point where you just know it all.
Right.
It's about the journey.
Yes. Yeah.
So just enjoy the journey.
Yeah. I mean, I learned how to do balloon garlands from YouTube. So I'll tell you that much. You learn a lot from YouTube.
YouTube's my best friend.
Okay.
Well, thank you again, ladies, for coming by. I truly appreciate it. Good luck with everything. All righty.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to the One Life Podcast. I am Mike MIC Reed, and we're doing it. Doing it.
Doing it the Gotti way.
There you go. I've been waiting for you to like, jump in and introduce yourself.
Every time you say that, I want to be like, beer.
Anyways, we have Cam in the building with us with Sunny Side. How you doing today, bud, first of all?
So, honestly.
Oh, come on. We're going to change that.
That's fair.
You're doing great, but that is fair.
Okay.
What is the name of your business? Is it just Sunny Side?
Yeah.
Okay, because now I'm on your IG right now, and I see it's Sunny Side 061622.
Yeah.
Okay, but your business is Sunny Side. So tell us about your business.
So basically, I started in summer, honestly.
Okay.
I originally, I don't know how to put this. Over time, my friends and family would just like give me like a bunch of stuff to work on because I don't know. They see a 12-year-old girl and see, oh, she likes arts and crafts. Like she needs something to do. Right. So they gave me a bunch of jewelry stuff, and over time I would just work on it because I had nothing to do.
Oh, okay. So that's how this came about. So how long you been doing this?
It was over summer, so about
like 9 months.
Yeah.
9 months.
Okay, so you fairly new. I mean, but was you making jewelry before you started your business, or?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Like the bracelets and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. My daughter, she's 12. She'll be 13, and that's her thing to do as well. As it's a good pastime, you know, and it keeps you kind of like, how is it, excited, I would say, right?
Like therapy.
Yeah, therapeutic. There you go, Brenda. That's the word I was looking for.
So where did Sunnyside name come from?
We were thinking over it, I think, a week after I started doing everything, and my mom was like, you should do something like this. And I was like, oh, how about Sunnyside? And she's like, it reminds me of eggs.
It actually does. But that's not a bad thing.
Like everyone likes eggs, unless you're vegan, but like otherwise everyone likes eggs.
Right.
Exactly, right. And it looks like sun. It looks like, joy. So that's what I see. When you see Sunny Side, it brings you joy. And not only that, but like you said, doing your jewelry kind of brings you that, right? That joy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I got to see Cam totally grow with it, because when you did your first pop-up, you didn't have a sign, you didn't have anything, no logo. It was just like an idea she had. Mm-hmm. And then she came in, she had all her jewelry, and then we were like, wait, we need a logo. She literally drew it out right then and there. And we got it digitized. And so she's just had a hand in her business from the beginning. So it's really cool.
So you drew that.
Yeah. The day that I did it, she was like, well, do you have a logo? I was like, no. And she was like, here. And we used the piece of paper that I did my sketch on, and then we just used that as my logo for the day. And then she was like, you need to work on your logo. I was like, okay.
Hey, I like your logo. And I have a graphic design background, so I'm actually looking at this, and I actually like it. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So do you just do just jewelry?
Yeah, honestly. Okay. Originally, it was going to be like, painting and stuff, but then once I started doing it, I was like, no one's going to want this. So
hey, you'd be surprised.
I know.
Hey, don't. If you have a dream to draw and paint, don't minimize that.
I see the creativity, and I see the art, how artistic you are with your designs. So I can only imagine what you would, like create as far as painting. And painting, it's an expression of you.
Right.
So allow that to flourish. You never know. That might be your next big thing.
Let me tell you something about art. 'Cause like I said, I have a graphic design background. And art, especially in the art world, people, real art lovers can feel what you did.
Right.
And if you do something authentic and from the heart and with passion, other people will feel that. It's like energy. And they will pay top dollar for it. You'll be surprised. If you go look up like the most expensive art in the world, you look at it and you be like,
right.
But it's something someone felt and someone else bought it like for millions of dollars. Like you'll be surprised. So don't ever minimize that. If you have a passion for drawing and art, keep going with that.
Yeah. I think Cam is a perfect example of why we want to be able to get different stations, because what she's tried this, she's tried that. And I think she's finding herself right now. And I think that's because I've seen so much growth in you since we first met. You remember how it was in the beginning? Yeah. So it's like to see yourself now, to be so confident in what you do, don't take that lightly. That's a big accomplishment that you've done. And it's only been 9 months. So as you start to try little things, you never know where that's going to take you and your business.
Look, and I can tell you this, because when I first met you, do you remember me?
Yeah.
We met at the shop. When Brenda told me the story how you was real shy, but then you talked in front of us, right? Mm-hmm. I could even tell from a couple of weeks ago when I first met you how you spoke then, which was really great. But from now, like your energy is a little higher.
Yeah. I was sitting outside. I was like, I just need to get this over and done with. I was like sitting down. And I was like, okay, I have, let's see, everyone is like 15 minutes and there's 3 people ahead of me. That's 45. And then I was like, oh no, I think they switched it. That's another 45. And I was just waiting. And I was staying outside with Lizzie and we were just like messing around with the spinny chair and stuff. so that was fun. Yep.
Yeah. See, they're friends though now. All these kids are friends now, and nobody knew anybody. You guys even do birthday parties and hang out, and that's what I love. You're building
this community,
of entrepreneurs and kids who can relate to each other, understand each other, hype each other up, build their businesses together. So that's
and you know what, that is an incredible thing, because I could even be a testament to that. When I still am friends with my childhood friends, and we all have our own success stories and businesses, and we still learn from each other, which is great. So whenever you have a group of people that you grew up with and you're doing business with, and you guys are friends and family, like life and that journey of life is going to be incredible. Yeah. So that's
What's the favorite thing that you've learned at Pretty Little Poppy with Brenda?
If you step out of your comfort zone, it's not that bad, honestly.
It's not, right?
Oh, okay. And even adults struggle with that. So the fact that you're able to conquer that fear, at 12 years old, oh my God, you could only imagine you could be the next, house speaker. The sky's the limit at this point. I mean, what interests you when you grow up? Where do you see this going?
I honestly have no idea. I was thinking about that. Earlier. I was like, what do you think you're going to see yourself doing in like 15 years?
That's fair.
That is fair.
Yeah.
That's a great question to ask yourself.
Right.
Yeah. And even if you don't know the answer, I mean, just you thinking about it is great.
Right.
One thing with my kids, and I call them all my kids, I'm very honest with them, and I'm very truthful on my feelings. So even today, I'm like, are you guys nervous? And they said, yeah. And I said, guess what? So am I. Yeah. And I'm older, and you would think that because I'm older or because I've had more experience that I don't. So I tell them the truth, and there's days where I'm scared, there's days where I'm nervous, but you find the people who just encourage you to keep going and make you feel a little bit more comfortable, and that's exactly how we are with them. And I've always told them I will be 100% honest with them because I want them to be successful.
Well, let me be honest with you, and she would tell you when Fabian came in here, and I forgot who was after Fabian. Stella, yes. Right? What did I say after Stella? I said, for some reason, I'm nervous. Like, for real. And I've been working with kids since I was 12 years old. Like, I'm a huge kid advocate. I love working with kids. And I've been doing it for a career all my life. And I'm still nervous. I get nervous every time I walk into this room before I do a show.
It's
be honest
because they're
with
our
you.
future, Mike.
No,
So
not,
we wanna
not, not
make sure, you
no, but
know,
I'm saying like every
general.
show I'm nervous. Like in the beginning of every show, I'm nervous. Even when I'm performing on a stage with a bunch of people, I get nervous.
Right.
Like it's just it's like what do they call them? The jitters and the butterflies.
Yeah, I call 'em
Everybody
bubble
still,
guts.
even as adults, we still get it.
Right.
But once we're comfortable and after a few minutes go by, then we're fine.
Right.
But
And
we
I mean, I
still
love
get
to
it.
talk, and I do get nervous.
Yeah, I mean, we all still get nervous. Like
That's what I do.
never let that bother you. Like we all still
Right.
get nervous, but you just got to go do it.
And
there's
that's
this-
exactly what you said. You were like, I just got to go do it.
Right.
Yeah, there's this one quote that I've been like reminding myself of. I don't remember where I got it from. I don't know who said it, but it was, "Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try."
Exactly.
Good job.
Well, I love that.
Good job.
That's
love that.
right. You
Hey.
know what? And you said you were.
I have a lot of quotes that I go by too because I'm very spiritual and I love quotes. Probably all of them. I don't know who said them. Because honestly, who really? Because we see like a bunch of celebrities like on Instagram,
Yeah.
whatever, always reposting stuff. So we don't really research like who said that. Who was the originator of this quote? I don't think any of us know.
But it's the fact that
Yeah.
you read it, you saw it, and now you're putting it into play. And that's key. Like you said, you see so many quotes every single day and people quote themselves all the time, but are you really putting it into play? And that's when it really matters. And the fact that you're already guiding yourself to that, that's admirable. Thank you for that. Yeah.
You don't know what that's going to do for people watching this.
Right.
Because if you say that and it comes from you and they resonate with that,
Right.
you're going to help people just by you saying that quote.
Yep.
Exactly.
Trust me, you're going to inspire some people. Somebody your age or younger is going to watch this at some point in their life, and they're going to be inspired by what you just said.
And I'm looking forward to some art, right?
I know. I want some art.
Now I know.
I know.
No,
Maybe
no.
you can do something for me with some like headphones and a mic and a crazy lady talking.
Oh, no.
What do you have? What do you have big coming up? Anything? Like your next pop up or anything?
Recently, the last one that we did, I started doing like the custom ones where I would like lay out different colors, like a bracelet. So it'd be like gold, rose gold, and silver. And I would have like all the charms out, and I would let them pick 3 to put on one bracelet for the same price I would normally do for any other bracelet. And I think I sold more of those than I did of any other.
Ooh,
And how did you come up with that idea?
My mom was like, "How about you do these?" I was like, I was thinking about that. I didn't know if it was going to be like something that people would be interested in, but once it did, I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
Yeah.
Is your mom a big supporter of you? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Big up to your moms.
Yeah.
I love to hear those type of stories. That's great.
Yeah, my mom owns her own business.
Okay.
She's still trying to get her cottage license, but she does her own like bakery stuff. She's always loved cooking. She's always done like every year we always do Thanksgiving at our house because she always loves cooking in the kitchen and just doing her own thing. So she was like, "What if I took that talent of mine that I could be sharing with everyone instead of keeping it to the people that I normally keep it to?"
Right.
So everybody goes to your house on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Dang,
Tell your
next
mom I'm
year.
gonna need an invitation next year.
She brought me a strawberry shortcake. Oh my goodness, it was delicious. It's Batters Up.
Yeah.
Batters Up.
Oh wow, yeah. I'm gonna need an invitation next year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell your mom.
Yeah. So your mom kind of inspired you to kind of get out there and start your own business, you would say?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that she runs the whole thing, but she's been like saying like, "Cameron, you need to do this. You need to do this for your Instagram. You need to do this." And it's like, "Okay, I will." So.
I think it's just her experience, and not only that, but you're her daughter.
Yeah.
So of course she wants you to be just as successful as she is, because I kind of would push my daughter to do that, and she used to be a part of minors to majors, but I think I might have pushed a little too hard.
That's like how this really started. Was just for her to have an extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
So to come to meet people, to build friendships, and that's originally how I met Cam, and that's exactly what she's been doing ever since she started. So.
Oh, keep going.
No, definitely keep going, Cam. Do you see anything in your business right now that you can improve on, that you want to improve on or scale?
Still trying to come out of my comfort zone because at the last pop-up that we had just recently, I was right by the door. And every time someone would walk in, I'd just be sitting there with like a smile on my face. And my mom was like, you need to like smile and say like, hi, how are you? But I still can't even like wave to someone across the room. So.
But you're here on a podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, right now you're talking to so many people.
Right.
Let me put this in your head, because customer service skills, right?
Right.
So just by you, and I said this to a couple of your, I was gonna call them teammates, entrepreneur friends. Just by you being there,
right,
it's successful.
Yeah,
you're winning, right? Because a lot of adults still have a bunch of ideas that they want to do this and do that, and they haven't taken the actionable steps. You did. Right. You've been in business now for a few months for yourself. You're actually at the pop-ups. You're in the store doing the program. So that's a great accomplishment.
Yeah.
So and we all have to evolve. We all have to grow. It's like you're never going to reach a plateau where you made it, right? Because it's all about the journey. It's not about the destination. So even if you have certain things in your business and that you can scale or grow from, that's everybody.
Right.
I have 3 businesses, and I'm constantly trying to figure out, okay, what can I make better today, right? Just like the expression, you want to be a better version of yourself today than you was yesterday, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing in business. So you recognize it, though. You recognize what you need to go do. And like how Diana just said, look, you're on a podcast now talking.
Right.
And you're doing an amazing job right now, too.
Yeah.
So
for my 7th period, that's my elective, I TA for a 1st grade class, which probably doesn't make any sense because my school is kindergarten through 8th grade. So I TA for 1st grade class, and today was a minimum day, and last week was a minimum day on Monday. So normally they would have like lunch before we would, which is normal, but I got to be in their lunch with them, and I would go around to every table saying like, how's your day? And they'd say like, oh, it was really good. I was like, well, in that case, I hope you have the most amazing week of your whole entire life. I hope you go to Disneyland. And they would just be like, yeah. And last week there was like I think it was 1st grade to 6th grade. And I would just go all around to them saying like, how's your day? They would say either good or bad. And I'd say, well, in that case, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I hope you have the amazing rest of your day.
Yeah.
So you know what, Cam? I'm going to say this to you. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. But I'm going to say this to you. Don't be in your head so much, because I'm listening to you. I'm watching you right now. You speak amazing. You have great energy. And
you have a lot of love.
You do. Yeah. And a lot of adults do this as well, right? We just in our head too much. Get out of your head and just talk. Yeah. Just don't be afraid of it. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Be in the
moment. How you said earlier, you just got to do it. Don't overthink it, because you are amazing. I'm sitting here watching you right now. You are amazing.
And you're making a difference in those 1st graders because you're already helping them come out of that shell, right? You know what it's like at 12 years old to be shy, but them seeing you do it, you're already showing them something to look forward to, right? So you're being that role model for them that maybe they weren't taught that, but they could go back and be like, oh, you remember Cam that came and she asked me how my day. So now they're going to go off and do that to their peers, or maybe even smaller siblings. So you're not only that action, was what is it? God, I'm blanking out for the first time.
Actionable steps.
Right. So you're guiding them, right? And then they're able to now share that with their young siblings. So from that fear where you're like, oh, I don't know why I'm here. Well, there's a reason you're there, because you're being a role model for them.
Yeah, my grandpa, he was he still is. He's still like a big part of this like journey that I've been through. He's been saying like, no one remembers what you did in class. It's always the kids. I don't remember anything that I learned in elementary school, but me and your mom, all we remember is the TAs that did everything for us and everything that they said to us.
It's a mentor.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
I think I know where you're headed.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I can say it too, 100%.
Yeah, because you do. Look at how you were saying you were helping Lizzie out there and having fun with Lizzie.
Yeah. At the beginning, Lizzie was like peeking on, like turning the corner, and I just see her just like staring at me for a second. So I like look over for a second, and then she'd be gone. And then at the end, she came over to me, and I was just like sitting there, and I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep. I want Jack in the Box. And she came over and she started talking to me, and then we went over to the other side of the room, and then we just started goofing around. So,
well, thank you for stopping by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Truly appreciate it. Don't give up. Keep dreaming. Just keep being you.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Just be you. You're amazing. Just be you.
Great job.
And again, what's your Instagram? If people want to reach you for some custom made bracelets for the holidays, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Instagram, honestly, just Instagram messages. It's Sunnyside, I think
1622.
1622.
Gotcha.
I was so close. I was gonna say, is it 16?
Great job.
All right. Well,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
much.
much.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
All right, Cam.
All right, we are back. Oh, no, we not.
Right here. Now we are.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Welcome
What's
back to the 1NELife podcast. Hey, it's been a long day. It is Monday. I am Mike MIC Reed, and as always,
Hey, Diana, doing it the Gotti way.
There we go.
From the AV Wellbeing Coalition.
and we have Ness in the building with us. What's going on? Do you go by Ness or is it Nestor?
It's Ness, yeah.
Ness. You like Ness?
Yes.
You want to be Ness? All right. So tell us about you.
So I'm just a 15-year-old creative director. I own my own brand called Sold Out. It's like a streetwear-based brand. Think of it like Stussy and a mixture of like Stussy and Off-White, if you heard that from Virgil Abloh. That's what it is. It's a clothing brand, streetwear brand, and yeah, I'm just trying to take it further.
Okay, so I see you on here because I'm reading your profile, and I know your dad, I know your mom. Creative director. How far do you want to take it?
I want to take it. Like far. Like I mean, like
and don't be afraid. Like
Sky's the limit.
like us adults. Like we always tell people, you have to dream so big that your dreams scare you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like that's how far you're supposed to dream. So
yeah, exactly. Like I want to take it to where I'm known worldwide.
I see that.
I want to take it to where I'm able to inspire kids in the same position of where I was when I was 11 or 12. And I want to be able to make it to where these kids are able to create their dreams and not only just create them, but follow them. You know what I mean? So that's where I want to take it. I want to take it more than just a drawing. I want to take it more than just a painting or whatever.
more than the brand. Like,
Exactly.
you-
I want to take it to where you, like, as a kid or even adult, seeing this, you're like that's inspiring. Like, let me start my own thing. Let me start my own brand. Let me start creating.
So how did you get that mindset? Like who inspired you?
So who inspired me was more so my dad.
Okay.
You know, he's been in the design industry for around 25 years. So off of that alone, I've already been based around this just design environment. Right. And that kind of started my design mindset. But what's really gotten like my dreaming mindset was people like Virgil Abloh, right?
Architect, right?
Yeah. And just seeing his work as well as like Tinker Hatfield, the godfather of like footwear design, just seeing their work and how they started out versus how how far they took it, that was just super inspiring to me. So that's what exactly inspired my goal or my drive. And my dad was the one who inspired the design. So it's like this really good like mixture of what I wanted to do and where I wanted to take it.
And when you see where you've taken it, your mom also mentioned, and I overheard that you did a speech to college students for Nike, right? Can you tell me a little bit about that? And how old were you when you did it?
So when I was doing my speech, it was like this little get together. It was unplanned. It wasn't like this scheduled thing. but I ended up talking in front of, there's multiple incidences when I was talking in front of like big audiences. The youngest I was when I was doing it when I was 10, and I was talking in front of people at this academy called Pencil. And I was talking, it was in a teenage class, and I was 10 years old. It was for high school students, and everybody was like seniors, and they were all knowing what they wanted to do in life, but kind of unsure. They saw sneaker design as like a hobby.
Right.
So they went to this class, and there was like a good amount. There was like 7 of us in total. And then on top of that, the instructors. So I was out there 10 years old, just showing them my work and being excited to like be able to do that. And then another one was at Adidas. So it was Adidas Originals group.
Oh, okay.
So they have like a group of 30 designers, you know, that's apparel, footwear, all that type of stuff. And it was just this giant group of, it was like around 30 to 35 Adidas Originals designers. And I was over there presenting to them as well. And it was like this like half circle audience. So you could see like all the heads, you could see everybody.
How did that make you feel?
It was kind of weird because there wasn't no nerves to it. I wasn't scared. I wasn't like shaking or anything. Right. It just kind of locked in, and I don't know what exactly happened, but I was able to just talk.
I think it's because you were talking about something you're passionate about, you know, because when you talk about like your designs and your goals and your visions, like, you know what you want, and that's what drives you to do, you know, like what you love. And that, I think it's key in success, right?
You know, it is. And so Pencil, you know, the guy, Dwayne, I don't know if your mom told you, but I grew up with him. So me and Dwayne, we grew up together. I mean, we talk to this day. So when your mom first told me about that, and she showed me the video where he was teaching you how to draw. But the one thing, be honest with you, even though I grew up with him, he's one of my mentors. And the one thing he has taught me that stuck with me till today, I don't know why I can't see my teeth today, is the one thing that he taught me years ago when we was teenagers is that he always said, follow your passion. The money will always present itself. Right. That's why I tell everybody, if you listen to any of my shows, I constantly repeat that. Because that's one of the things that he told me. He was like, Mike, never chase money. Chase your passion, and the money will find itself. And look at him. Like, he's never chased the money. I could tell you stories about him on how he got creative and, you know, the things that inspired him. And the one thing actually that I do want to ask you, because I know how Nike employees and designers, where they get their concepts and inspiration from. Where do you get yours?
So it comes from like a mass of things.
Okay.
You never really pinpoint where exactly you get your inspiration from. Like, it could be anything. Like, you see this plant, like this vase right here.
Yeah.
You know, I could say I like that pattern and use it on a shoe, or use it on a design for a shirt. You could kind of just, you see what you visually enjoy, and that's what you get inspired from. You see what you like to hear, that's what you get inspired from. It's never really like, oh yeah, I get inspired from a particular person, or I get inspired from like just seeing my own drawings. It's more like,
you're creative. You know how to bring things to life.
Exactly.
See,
right.
You're. I always cut you off. I'm sorry. No, because this is my field. Like, and so I'm very like, I'm present with you right now. Like, I'm really listening to you. You're a true creator. And even like when I was talking to your dad a couple of weeks ago about you, you know, even he said that he wanted you to do more than what he does. Like, he sees you doing like way bigger things. Like, and I could even tell by this conversation, you're a true designer. Because like what I was saying before, Nike used to send, or I don't know if they still do, but I know back in the day when Dwayne was at Nike, they sent all their designers to car shows all the time, year round. Like, Dwayne will always be like, you know, at some car show around the world. And that's where they got their inspiration from. You know, so as a shoe designer, shoes, they're kind of modeled after cars. The curves of the cars and the colors and all that type of stuff. So that's where they got their inspiration from. But that's just from a shoe perspective. But I can tell, like, you're a true creator, and that's why you got creative director here. You're a true creator, because I'm the same way. I can look at this blank wall, and from the lights just bouncing off it, I could be thinking of something. Like
Exactly.
That's a true creator. Like, I can look at anything.
And I think, like, that's, like, going back to where I want to take it. That's my goal, is to showcase that, like, you don't have to look at, like, you don't have to pinpoint something to get inspired. You can see anything in the world and put it together, piece it on your end, and then create something dope. And I just want to be able to show kids and adults, like anyone, that in, like, lack of inspiration, look around.
Wow.
Look around. Like, look around your room. Look around, like, look outside, for example.
No, even changing your environment. Like, go, like I said, go walk outside. Go take a drive. Go take a walk. Like, it's going to hit you. Sometimes, as a creator, you just got to get out of your environment.
Yeah, you do.
Just like anything in life, like if you're in a bad mood, like, get out of your environment.
Right.
It'll put you in a whole different perspective and mindset, right? So it's the same concept.
Yeah, like, the craziest thing that comes up to mind when I think of, like, where someone gathered inspiration from was Tinker Hatfield and the Air Maxes. You know, like, before, when the Air Maxes came out, they saw this air bubble and was like, what is that? Like, it doesn't look good, you know? And then now, look at it now, how it's evolved into, like, such a big thing, where it was so innovative at the time. And he actually got inspired from this building in Paris, and where the insides of the building were on the outside. So you saw this whole, like, you saw industrial tubes and all that. So he wanted to show that the air on the shoe on the outside.
Right.
So that's where he got inspired from. So I think that comes to, like, an example when you think of just look around, change your environment. He was on a trip to Paris. He saw this pretty cool looking building that everybody called ugly.
Right.
Put it on a shoe. Everybody called the shoe ugly. And now look at them now.
Right. That's a dope story. I didn't even know that story. That's pretty a dope story.
So he, for me, is kind of where minors to majors came from, because he was given opportunities at a 10-year, at being 10 years old.
Right.
And he was given opportunities by people who had so much experience, so much knowledge, and they took the time to sit there and give them that knowledge. That is why he is the way that he is, because he's receiving, in addition to what he already does in his brain, but he had sit-down moments with people. And I feel like that allowed for him to go to the next level. So when we would sit there and we would talk, we want to bring that out to the Antelope Valley, because that's what has guided, so many people that we know. You've done, 2 different programs, and all they wanted was there's a child who has this vision, this dream, and it's like, let's just help them to get to that knowledge, to that experience. And even for him, for a while, he's like, Mom, I don't think I'm part of this program. I really don't create anything. But he creates things in a different way. You don't have to sell product.
Right.
You don't have to. You can be, he met an architect just a couple days ago, and a light just went off in him, and a smile. And it was like, just to get, an hour of someone's time to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to sit with you and I'm going to share you my knowledge, you know? And it's like, for me, education is so important. It is important, but experience and to be able to get real life knowledge, I feel like that can go so far, in someone's life. And he inspires me, and I never want somebody to not be able to do something because they just don't have that, connection.
Mentorships.
So, mentorships.
Right.
And,
that's why they're so important and key. For the youth, because it allowed you to think outside the box, right? Step outside of your comfort and then really grow, without fear. because they didn't give you any of that. They shared their experience. They were showing you your possibilities, you know, what could come from just an idea, because a lot of these things that we have, right? A sweater, a shirt, shoe, anything that we have or that we come in contact with, it starts off as an idea. And if these mentors are able to kind of nourish that, I mean, my gosh.
Yeah, like
when you first started, I'm so sorry. When you first started, when it was with shoes, and then it went from shoes, then it went to designing on the computer, then it went to clothing, then it went to, you know, so it's like, it's okay to switch things up, and it's okay to try new things, and it's okay because that's just going to eventually make you who you're going to be in your future.
I think he knows who he's going to be and where he's going. That's for sure. If there's someone that's driving, you're driving all the way.
I can see you making like movies.
Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to get in film, actually. Like it's
been an idea. Dude, you are like I said earlier, you are a true creator. You're not just a creator of one thing. Like your mom said, you went from shoes and you went from apparels. Like you are a true creator. Like I can see you tapping into that area.
Yeah, and like the mindset I've been able to keep is just, I want to be good at all these things. Or no, I want to be able to do all these things, but not only be able to do them, but be great at every single one. You know, I don't want to be what is it, like a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Right. I want to be a master of every single one of them.
But wait. Oh. Do you know the rest of that phrase?
I was going to say there's more to it, right?
There's more to that.
I don't even know. That's what I've heard.
But
that's what I've heard.
No, okay, but you just finished it. A master of trade. No, what is it? Because I just forgot.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
But a master of one. Is it a master of one?
Oh, that's not even my quote. But I see where Mike's going with that, because you are a master of one, you're mastering yourself. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, and seeing how far that will take you. So that, you know, as an adult, I'm still figuring it out. I mean, I've always known I like to talk. And then I finally stepped out of that fear at 39 years old. And you're doing that at 15? That's dope. Okay.
So a jack of all trade is a master of none, but still always better than a master of one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
that's the full quote.
Yeah, that's what I want to reach out.
And I can see you doing it. Right. And I mean, like even like for me, and I think because I could connect with you on this. Like I said, I'm a true creator. Mm-hmm. I started off with graphic design, so I have a graphic design background. Mm-hmm. I've probably designed everything that there is. I've had billboards. I have stuff on TV. I made a music record, and because I grew up in the music industry. But I'm not a music artist. But I made a record. Mm-hmm. During the pandemic, I sat down, I had my computer, I bought Logic, and I made a 8-song record that's on iTunes and all platforms right now, because I'm just a true creator. I love music. Mm-hmm. I made a movie. I made TV shows. I've done everything. The only thing that I haven't designed yet that I'm actually in the middle of doing right now is writing a book, and I consider that my design. Mm-hmm. I'm actually writing a book right now. And once I complete that, I've designed everything, posters, business cards, everything.
Yeah, and I think...
I've done apparel. Me and Dwayne, before he went to Nike, when we was kids about your age, we actually had an apparel line. Mm-hmm. I've designed it. I've designed, when he was over at Skechers, I designed a suit for Skechers. It didn't sell, but I designed it. Like I did it. Right. Yeah. I can be proud of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I've designed everything because I'm a true creator, and I could see that in you. So like your mom said, don't be afraid to try things. Like be a true creator. Mm-hmm. Go touch everything.
Yeah, and I think like coming back to the actual program, the minors to majors program itself, I feel like that's what's trying to get, like that's what it's trying to get out, is be a true creator.
Right.
Yeah.
I think with all these kids, they're like not necessarily scared, but just nervous of what's to come. You know, like, oh, I have my own brand. Oh, how do I get to here? How do I go from this makeup line to, what is it, like the one,
gloss?
Yeah, and then trying to get from this little company to one of the Kardashians. I don't know which one.
Kylie, I think.
Yes. Yeah. How do I get from here to Kylie's?
Right.
Or how do I get from, for example, me, how do I get from this design to like Virgil Abloh's,
Right.
or Sean Stussey's. Like, I think that's what this program is here to help with.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
They're here to
absolutely.
give you connections, and they're here to lead you. They're here to give you those little stepping stones to where you're able to place them yourself.
Right.
I think I feel like this is like a really good base for all these kids,
Yeah.
and it just comes out to like only build up.
Right.
Oh, 100%. I see that too. I mean, I definitely see, you know, she's guiding them. Like I said, a lot of them, what they're doing now, they probably won't be doing in 5 years, but they're gonna take that experience and apply it to something else, and it's gonna make them great.
Right.
They might be in the same field, but it might be something relative to it. But they're going to take those skills that they're learning now and apply it to whatever they want to do, and it's going to be great, even if it's in a whole different field. What they're learning, the experiences and the connections that they're making, it's just going to take them, evolve them to, you know, be great in life.
Yeah, like with that whole pencil program I did, without pencil in general, I don't think I'd be where I'm at. I don't think I'd even be designing, you know, because pencil is what got me to be like, oh, it's actually possible for someone my age, 10 years old, 11 years old, to actually design.
Right.
I think it might have just reconfirmed where you were heading.
Yeah.
Because I can honestly say, even without that, I still think that you would be where you are to an extent, because it's in you. You have that drive. You know,
You have that. You've always had the passion in you,
Right.
and we can sit here and trace it back to your mom, to your dad, but you had it in you, which is great. Like a lot of people don't know what they want to do at a young age, but you did. And I watched the video. I saw how Dwayne was showing you how to draw. Like, even watching that video, I was like, wow. And I know Dwayne's heart. That video was so authentic. So I can see it.
Dwayne, honestly, I will forever be grateful for him, for the time that he gives to others, for the love that he shared with my husband, for the love that he shared with my son. I was able to witness it firsthand, and I left that place in absolute awe, because I know that he did it truly from his heart. And to give that love to my son, you know, then I see it from Mama Bear's point of view. And Dwayne will always have a special place in our family, for sure, for what he did.
100%.
man, I want to meet Dwayne. I'm the only one in this room that don't know him.
Hey, Dwayne's a pretty amazing. Shout out to Dwayne. He actually just got Man of the Year award a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, he's a truly amazing dude. But that's because, you know, how we grew up, they didn't have the platform, you know, because he always wanted to be a shoe designer. And he didn't have this platform. So he made it his life mission to say, you know what, I'm going to create this platform for the future generations. And he did.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bring that to the Antelope Valley.
Oh, yeah. That's on
100%.
Yeah.
Well, wow, Ness, what do you got coming up big?
So
what's next for you?
What's next for me is more releasing sold out.
Okay.
I want to get it actually produced and made, and just being able to sell it. So I'm working on a website right now.
Okay.
So with this website, it'll just be I'll be able to finally sell things. So like right now, I just went thrifting, like right before. I just went thrifting. I got a few pieces, and I try to pick the best ones so I could create the best work.
Right.
And it's really cheap stuff. I mean, I spent like $4 on sweats.
Yeah. But it's
You know,
still like mentorship in a way, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna work on them, spend my time on them, and then hopefully try to sell them.
Right.
And then I'm gonna try to make enough money to where I could use cut and sew pieces. So that's like talking with manufacturers and getting these like tech packs out and all this type of like information, just to get like this, like how they mass produce things.
Right.
And then from there, I want to like build a big enough brand to where I could just design something and sell it within the span of a week.
Nice.
And
you will.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, I ain't hoping you will.
will.
I mean, I already see it. Definitely see it.
Man, I can't wait to buy that first custom 101. Hey.
Well, wow. Well, hey, you guys, we're definitely running out of time, but man, thank you for stopping by, man, telling your story, man. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you.
Thank you.
Because I see your passion, I see your creativity. You're definitely gonna go a long way, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you, Brenda, for having minors to majors. I mean, you're doing it, like I told you before, you're doing an amazing job. We still got a lot of work to do. We're gonna partner up. Yeah, we just getting started. Like, this is just the beginning. Just having all of you guys on the show today is gonna be incredible. I do plan on bringing everybody back as a refresher. Like, I wanna follow them. I want their stories to be followed.
And Brenda, how can people one more time, in case people want to donate or people want to sign up for mentorship, is that allowed?
Yes,
or how can they do it?
We have paperwork. We have mentor sheets. We have obviously our children, their safety is our number one concern. Okay. So we do have an application. We do take donations. Those donations go back to the kids. Like I say, they never pay a penny, but they do get paid for their work that they do.
That's right.
So, in any way, shape, or form, if you saw anybody who just, there's a way, whether you can help mentor, whether you can help donate something, whether you can, in any way, all that support goes a long, long, long way. And we've witnessed it firsthand. Just in these last, 5 months of all of their growth. And there's still kids that are a part of the program that, unfortunately, because their schedules weren't able to be here, but we look forward to bringing them out here just so you guys can see. And to any children out there, youth program is, we're debating on the age, but we're looking at about 19 and younger. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have something that any questions, anything, if you want to be a part, please just feel free to reach out to us. Where it starts with the biography. That's how it starts. You come in and you introduce yourself, and we see what it is that you need and that you want to do, and they work hard, and it's all about them and their passion for it. So we're just a little tiny seed in their lives.
Yeah, so. And if you're out there, it's the holiday season, right? It's the time of giving. Yes. So
and we are 501. We've
got a pop-up coming up.
We have a
right
pop-up
this Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday on the 10th, starts at 2. We don't have an end time because the Boulevard is having an event from 5 to 9. Right. So we're kind of just letting it go on their schedule. And no, please, we had an amazing Small Business Saturday. Come out, support. You're supporting so many amazing creators in this Antelope Valley. Amazing people. And, a little goes a long way.
Right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, this is amazing. And like I said, we got a long way to go. And this is just the beginning.
It's the journey.
We're about to do some amazing things, you guys.
Can't wait. Yes. Can't wait to see you out there, Ness.
Yes.
And even not only that, but see your buildings, because I know you're going to do big things, and I see it already.
He's gonna touch everything.
That's for sure.
Definitely.
I really appreciate it.
All right. We out of here, you guys.